Hello again, everyone. We are the highest tier pod of your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the World Elite Podcast. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube as well. First off, I'm your host, Marcus. He's Jordan. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing good. It's going to be a good show tonight. First, let me bring on our guests. Welcome back from the End Time Wrestling Podcast. Everyone's favorite special guest, you can call him. We've called him a podcast whore. What else would we call him? He's got 19 partners. But welcome back, Justin, from the End Time Wrestling Podcast.
We are now known as the Redeemer here on World Elite. World Elite, you know?
Okay, I like the nickname, Redeemer. So I'm going to have to remember that from the future. We got the Redeemer, Justin.
Yes, I am the Redeemer now because I have to redeem myself for missing a year of this.
And twice in 1 week for you and I. We were on Queen's Takeover the other day, which the episode drops in 2 weeks. And now we're on today. Yeah. We did a Boss Lady Challenge, and we hate theme songs.
No, we only hate theme songs because we can't figure out which one is which because we don't know the names of them. We just hear theme songs and go, sounds good. And it's like, what the hell's the name of that again?
Justin's got so many connections with just people, not in the Yeet chat, but like other shows that bring him on. It's like he's Bobby Heenan. It's like the Justin family. He's Bobby Heenan, and then all these shows.
I like that one.
The Justin family. Dylan Tumanini couldn't join us today. What's going on?
What up, Dylan?
He will be a part of predictions. He's going to comment his predictions below. So Justin is basically our Bobby Heenan, and then us and Circle of Debate, Queen's Takeover, Tim King's new show, all these other shows you've done crossovers with. We're all the family.
It's never ending, dude. I'm telling you.
It's never ending. Well, today's a good day. Today we should be celebrating. You know why?
Oh, boy.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell.
Can I just say this? I would be brutally honest. One of the most overhyped things I've ever had in my life is nacho fries. Like, you can get excited by how they hype it up and just be like, nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. And I just go, that's cool and all, but you can literally do that yourself. Just buy seasoned fries and dip it in nacho cheese. It's not that hard.
Like I mean it when I say nacho fries is better than sex.
Wow. That's a hot take right here.
Now you can get it in a large.
Wait, what?
You can get a large now instead of the small. You can get a large order of nacho fries for like $2.
Look at Taco Bell upgrading themselves. Congratulations, guys.
We got a fun one for y'all. We're going to mainly focus on the NFL draft, the WWE draft. I already did the NFL draft. WWE draft, we're predicting Backlash. We're going to talk a couple other shit. So I figured let's just get the draft out of the way before we start predicting Backlash. So I'm not going to lie. Night one was shit. That was probably one of the worst draft shows I've ever watched. This whole draft alone wasn't that good. Night two was a little decent. But it's like, it didn't feel like a draft. Mainly, I guarantee you 80% of the draft picks went to their same brand. There were probably a couple of NXT call-ups, and then there were a couple of people that swapped brands. And that's even in the supplemental draft they did. So I'm going to name night one results real quick. We'll recap night one, then we'll share our thoughts about it. Then I'll go to night two. So there were 4 rounds, night one. For the first round, the number one pick was Bianca Belair, staying on SmackDown. Raw's number one pick was Jey Uso. He's staying on Raw. Then Carmelo Hayes becomes the first NXT call-up. He goes to SmackDown. Seth Rollins stays on Raw. Round 2, Randy Orton stays on SmackDown. Braun Breaker moves to Raw. Then Nia Jax moves to SmackDown, and Liv Morgan stays on Raw. Round 3, LA Knight stays on SmackDown. Ricochet stays on Raw. The Bloodline stays on SmackDown, and Sheamus moves to Raw. And then round 4, AJ Styles stays on SmackDown. Alpha Academy stays on Raw. Andrade moves to SmackDown, and Kiana James gets called up from NXT to Raw. And then the supplemental draft, they didn't have many, but Alba Fire and Isla Dawn moves to Raw. Baron Corbin gets called up again from NXT to SmackDown. Cedric Alexander and Ashanti Adonis stays on SmackDown. Ivar stays on Raw. Shayna Baszler stays on Raw. The OC stays on SmackDown, and Zoe Stark stays on Raw. That's a supplemental draft. So, Justin, give me your take on night one of the draft. Did it please you, or you didn't care, or you liked it? What?
It was underwhelming. Like, it's very disappointing. You basically just said, hey, we're just going to back up the fact that we're keeping everybody on the same show. Like, first 4 picks, round 1, and they were like, everybody's on the show they were basically already on beforehand. And I was like, well, this ain't a good start. And then it just kept going. And then by the time they pulled up Braun Breaker and moved him to Raw, I go, well, that's cool and all, but like, how pointless was that whole entire segment he did on SmackDown where he signed a SmackDown contract? Like, just looks so dumb. It was the whole thing just so far, like just night one itself, completely underwhelming.
Jordan.
Oh yeah, it was a bad start because basically everybody stayed on the same brand, so it was not a great start.
Yeah. I hear some like wind in the background here. I don't know. Somebody got a window open?
Yeah, it's hot in this room, so
I don't blame you. Like,
I am not going to die.
Tomorrow,
I'm not going to pass out here on stream because it's fucking feels like a sauna in here.
Well, tomorrow is, I say, the worst month because for the next couple days we're going to be seeing stupid Justin Timberlake memes. It's going to be May.
It's going to be May.
But he's saying me. But he says it like May. And we're about to have a new season of Swamp Ass down here in Louisiana because we're going to be in the 90s this weekend.
Oh, that's what freaking we had cooking.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, I was very disappointed with night one. And can you get better people to announce the draft picks? Like, the mock room was pointless. It was so stupid. Like, acting like, oh, they drafted people. Like, y'all knew y'all were fucking drafting.
I laughed because I swear at one point I watched a woman, I don't know who it was, at a laptop, and I swear because the camera was pointing on her, she just acted like she was on the laptop. I laughed at it.
I saw a guy do that night too, and I laughed. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't typing. He act like he's scratching a damn turntable.
He's like, shit, the camera's on me. There you go.
I think it was night 2. I think Adam Pearce went way overboard wearing a red suit. And the fact, why was JBL in the fucking draft room? What does he got to do with Raw?
Teddy Long was in the freaking draft room at one point. So, like, for SmackDown.
Teddy Long got a good reason to be that. He was the longest reigning SmackDown general manager in history, and he was one of the
JBL was in the Raw room?
Night 2 he was.
So wait, he was in the SmackDown one night 1. Then he moved to the Raw one in night 2? Wait a minute. What the hell?
And then they were calling Booker T the so-called analyst of the draft. No, you put your panel in the crowd like if it was the WWE draft. You get your pay-per-view panel, you get fucking Pete Rosenberg, you get that other dipshit, and you get Booker T, and then you get that female. You get all them. Yeah. That's your damn draft panel.
Yeah.
Booker T sounded stupid like, oh, it could be Trick Williams. Could be. No, it's not because the champions are protected, you dumbass. He's staying in NXT. Which a lot of people were pissed that the champions were not getting switched except the women's tag champs, which I'm glad. Keep the world titles on Raw. Keep the WWE titles on SmackDown.
You literally just made titles that are basically the same fucking thing, and everyone out there is complaining like, put them on different shows. Yeah, that makes sense. Come on, guys. Use your brains here.
Keep the world belts on Raw and keep the WWE belts on SmackDown. I like that.
Yes.
Make it 2003 to 2004 all over again. Mm-hmm. All right, so night 2, was a more better night. I felt like there were more celebrity involvements. You didn't see Joe Burrow show up on SmackDown in Cincinnati, but you had Patrick Mahomes show up in a segment with I Show Speed and Logan Paul and the fucking Judgment Day, which that was kind of funny. Fucking JD McDonald had a freaking knot size of a grapefruit after getting hit with them Super Bowl rings. Now I don't know. I know you don't watch football, but the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, clearly.
Thank God Taylor Swift wasn't there.
Oh God, no! That means Travis Kelce would have had to have been there, not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, which I love Patrick Mahomes. I mean, people shit talk him all the time. He is the face of the NFL right now, and I love Patrick Mahomes, but I hate the fucking Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs now because of Taylor Swift.
Listen, Patrick. He's like literally at the equivalent of, listen, Patrick, I like you, but your team can fuck off. Like,
it's like, I like you and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's it. Fuck Travis Kelce. Fuck Taylor. So night 2. Let me pull it back up. I had a snap. So round 1, which kind of surprised me. The number 1, I ain't gonna lie, I thought CM Punk was gonna be number 1 overall. But number 1, it was Imperium. It was Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser staying on Raw. Number 2 overall, Jade Cargill stays on SmackDown. Damage Control moving to Raw. I called that. Kevin Owens staying on SmackDown. Round 2, CM Punk staying on Raw. Pride staying on SmackDown. Braun Strowman staying on Raw, which I forgot about Braun Strowman. Tiffany Stratton staying on SmackDown. Round 3, the LWO moving to Raw. Legado del Fantasma staying on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre staying on Raw. And Shinsuke Nakamura moving to SmackDown. Round 4, Judgment Day staying on Raw. Naomi staying on SmackDown. Ilya Dragunov getting called up from NXT to Raw. And Chelsea Green or Pipe and Nevin moving to SmackDown. I'm actually going to miss Samantha Irvin introducing her like that. 5th round, The New Day staying on Raw. Pretty Deadly staying on SmackDown. Lyra Valkyria getting called up from NXT to Raw. And Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell moving to SmackDown. The final round, Final Testament moving to Raw. DIY moving to SmackDown. Bronson Reed staying on Raw. And Blair Davenport getting called up from NXT to SmackDown. And for the supplemental picks, Apollo Crews moves to SmackDown. Diamond Mine stays on Raw. Dijak gets called up from NXT to Raw. That was a holy shit moment I didn't see. Giovanni Vinci moves to SmackDown. Caden Carter and Katana Chance stay on Raw. Natalya stays on Raw. New Catch Republic moves to Raw. I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to save for last. But Tegan Knox moves to SmackDown. Where the fuck has Odyssey Jones been? He got drafted to Raw last year. We ain't seen him 365 days. He's on Raw again. Where in the fuck is Odyssey Jones? Where in the fuck is Odyssey Jones? All right. Recap draft 2 for you guys. Day 2.
Jordan, go ahead. You first.
It was pretty. This draft on Monday was pretty decent. It was better than SmackDown, and Dragunov getting called up was pretty good, and then that woman getting called up was pretty good too.
Which one, Lyra Valkyria or
Yeah.
Blair Davenport?
Oh, both.
Well, I called Blair getting called up, not Lyra, because they said that the NXT call-ups were disappointing because you need some talent to stay in NXT. You can't just draft all of them. Dragunov, yes. Carmelo, yes. Lyra, yes. Blair, yes.
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker was already called up.
Yeah, but
Yes.
still.
Kehlani Jordan, I was like a head scratcher. No disrespect to her. Dylan, no video because Chase University's still in NXT. He was gonna bash me from last year because I picked out him predicting what was it? Fucking Top Dollar and all them getting called up. And then talked about it. And then I was like, no, I love Chase University, but I didn't have them getting called up. If they got called up, that'd be cool. But what was your take on night 2?
It was definitely better than night 1. Still wasn't really that amazing though. It just followed the same trend as night 1 for the most part. Like basically the gist of everything that I put it as, the draft portion of the shows were disappointing and underwhelming. the shows itself were incredibly underwhelming. Like, it was just a bad mix. Like, it was cool to see Braun come back. I was happy as hell to see some Strowman. And, the NXT call-ups, that's cool. It's time for them to get on the main roster. But other than that, like, the rest of it just completely underwhelmed me.
Imagine if they did the draft like they did, like from 2005 to like 2010, where if you don't get called, if your name don't get called to SmackDown, you stay on Raw, or if your name don't get called up to Raw, you stay on SmackDown. Like, you just swap brands instead of putting everybody in a freaking bowl, and you can still go back to your same respective brand. Like, I liked how they did it. I liked how they did it back in the day.
So I just never really get that excited when it comes to the draft. I've never been big on the draft because it's just like, again, it works for as long as possible, and then it just feels, like the shows get really flat. So
I think what's funny too is it's like Wikipedia don't give a fuck. Now, there were some names that are still called free agents, like like Alexa Bliss is on this list, or like Charlotte Flair not even getting drafted was shocking. Jimmy Uso or Roman Reigns, which Roman Reigns declared out of the draft. Rhea Ripley didn't even get called up in the draft.
Yeah, basically every injured person right now is not viable to draft. That's it.
But that's how most of these names are. Like, it'll say inactive due to maternity leave. That's Alexa Bliss, or neck injury for Big E, or knee injury for Charlotte Flair. They put unknown for Dexter Lumis. They put for Brock Lesnar, inactive reportedly due to being referenced in the allegations against Vince McMahon.
Oh, they actually put that? Oh, my God.
Jimmy Uso put undisclosed injury. Some Nikki Cross unknown. Raquel Rodriguez inactive due to mast cell activation syndrome.
Yep.
Shotzi's out with an ACL. Sonya Deville out with an ACL. They even put Uncle Howdy as a free agent.
That's because I don't think they even know where they want to put him yet.
But they put originally inactive due to Bray Wyatt's absence, but following Wyatt's death in August of 2023, his status has been unknown. And then Valhalla was maternity leave, which congratulations, guys. Omos and MVP unknown. Eric's out the neck injury. Dexter Lumis unknown. Carmella's maternity leave. That's it. That's all those names.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out on that list that are either injured or out because reasons, and that's just like.
But I think the $1 million question is, where the fuck is Odyssey Jones?
We're really making that the big question here?
You'd be shocked. I mean, where is he? Is he hurt? I mean, I guess he's not injured. If he's injured, he got drafted.
No, they probably didn't have anything for him, which makes no sense why you called him up. Doesn't make any sense. The guy should have been still here on NXT right now.
I completely forgot about him. I'm shocked he didn't get cut with like Cameron Grimes and Jinder Mahal and Veer and Shanky and all them other guys.
Oh, God.
Or did I even say his name wrong? But all right. I figured I have nothing much to say about Backlash. We'll go ahead and get to the predictions. I feel like it's upsetting that they haven't been advertising a lot that they're going to France like they did with Clash at the Castle in Wales, or Money in the Bank in London, or Backlash last year in Puerto Rico. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with France?
I think because they were too busy being focused on the draft, really. So they didn't really promote the hell out of this.
Well, they should have did it after, but you can't do that after because you got the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, and they're going to be having damn King of the Ring tournament matches throughout the.
I think basically because even WWE knows that this show is very, it's super predictable at this point. A lot of it, like maybe even all of it, and it's just a short show. It's just that we got to follow up with a show after Mania, so here's a show.
And I'm kind of upset there. I feel like they should have had at least 7 matches. I mean, you're going to do like you did in Australia and have 5 matches. Kind of disappointing, but I was hoping to see maybe Becky and Liv Morgan in this card. We're not seeing it, and I'm shocked we're not even getting a Drew McIntyre match after he just re-signed with WWE. Kind of upsetting not seeing Drew because he's been killing it with CM Punk.
Well, I think they're still waiting for the clearance of CM Punk at this point. So, and who knows when they're going to actually say that he's cleared to wrestle.
Well, I mean, I knew they weren't going to fight at Backlash, but it's like, give Drew a match. Give him a match with somebody. That way, get him ready for CM Punk when CM Punk's healed up, and build him to go after the world title in Scotland for Clash at the Castle, because you know it's coming.
I mean, I'm starting to wonder if they're even going to do that either. Like, I don't even know.
So we're going to predict these real quick. By the way, remember, Backlash is an early start time. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be at noon for me, Jordan, and Dylan, which is perfect. So 5 matches. The show should be over by 4 o'clock for us.
Yeah.
If they're going 4 hours.
Which is good.
I don't even remember. Did Elimination Chamber go 3.5 or 4 hours? I remember it started at 5 a.m. I think it was over by 9 a.m. for me. I think it was 4 hours.
I think it was too. I think you're right there.
Which a lot of the summer pay-per-views, their PLEs, I'm sorry, I don't want to get copyrighted. PLEs are going to be like, because WWE's going like they did last summer. They're going global because, you know, they got Backlash in France. And in 3 weeks, they're going back to Saudi Arabia for now King and Queen of the Ring. Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. Money in the Bank in Toronto. Then they're coming back to the States for SummerSlam in Cleveland. Then they're going to Berlin for Bash in Berlin. So we're going to have a heated summer with these international pay-per-views. Most of them are going to be early start times for us. Unfortunately, I think 3 out of those 5 summer pay-per-views I got to work, and we'll be able to watch them live. So King and Queen of the Ring for sure, and Bash in Berlin for sure. Backlash, Backlash, I'm off. Money in the Bank, I'm off. SummerSlam, I'm definitely off because it's my birthday weekend, and that's about it. And then what all AEW got? Like Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, and All In and All Out, and then whatever Ring of Honor and New Japan got. We're gonna have a heated summer with wrestling. I'm excited for that.
Oh, it's gonna be stacked. It's gonna be stacked.
It's like every year the summer. Oh, you can't forget the NXT shows like Battleground and Heatwave also. So those are Sunday shows.
Battleground in the UFC place is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see that.
All right, so we're gonna go. We only got 5 matches. I don't think they're gonna add any more. The fact that they didn't add Liv and Becky, I think it's only 5. So how we'll do it? If Dylan's still listening, he'll comment his pick. Jordan will go first, then Justin, and then I'll go last. We'll start. Let's start with the triple threat for the women's championship. Bayley defends against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton.
I'm gonna go with Bayley.
Wow, you're not picking your girl Tiffany. Okay.
No.
Come on, Jordan. You know you want to root because it's Tiffy time. You know what I'm saying?
Like I literally thought he'd be picking his girl the whole time.
No, I love Tiffany Stratton. I'd be with him right now if he was rooting for Tiffany. But I think it's obvious here. Bayley retains. You're not going to cut her reign short right now. If you were going to pull the shocker and do the title change, I would say absolutely give it to Tiffany Stratton. But I don't think it's ending yet. So Bayley retains.
Yeah, Bayley just got it. I think she's going to have a decent reign. Maybe till SummerSlam, maybe keep it a little after SummerSlam. Here's the thing about Tiffany Stratton. You got to trust the process.
Yes.
She takes the pin. Bayley's going to pin her, and that just builds her to become Miss Money in the Bank. I think she's going to be Miss Money in the Bank. I'm still calling it.
See, I think you don't pin her either. I don't think you pin her. I think you have Naomi. Yeah, I think Naomi takes the pin here. I do think I'm starting to like really agree with everybody saying that Tiffany's going to win Money in the Bank, which absolutely needs to be a must at this point. But like you don't pin her. You leave her unpinned there.
Tiffy in the Bank. I think she's gonna call it that.
Yes.
Tiffy in the Bank.
Yes.
She's gonna have a fucking Barbie looking briefcase. It's gonna be like pink.
It's gonna be wonderful.
A pink briefcase, or it's gonna be white. I mean, the women's briefcase is white, but it's gonna have like rhinestones on it or some shit. Or she's gonna turn it.
People that hate it. There's gonna be people that hate it, and I'm gonna fucking laugh at them for hating it.
Okay, here's my thing. If she wins Miss Money in the Bank, how do you see the briefcase? Do you see it pink? Do you see it white with, I mean, it's already white. The women's is white with rhinestones. Or do you see it turn into a fucking handbag? She puts a strap on it and uses it as a fucking purse.
Oh, it needs to be that third one. Mm-hmm. It needs to be that third one. She needs to come out wearing that thing like a handbag, just flexing that thing. I would die.
I mean, Brock turned his into a fucking boombox. She could turn.
That's what I'm saying. She could even turn it pink. She could make it pink and a handbag at the same time. Fucking do it.
And we're across the board. Dylan also picked Bailey. Dylan, how do you think Tiffany's briefcase will be if she wins Miss Money in the Bank? Let him comment that while we get our next match ready.
Pink bedazzled handbag in the bank. Let's do it.
So we're going to have a tag team match. It's going to be Randy Orton and Kevin Owens taking on the newly bloodline of Solo Sikoa and the in-ring debut of Tama Tonga. MFT, what the motherfucking Tonga? Is that his name?
Yeah, motherfucking Tongan.
Marcus FaceTiming. I forgot what MFT stands for. The motherfucking truth, Tama Tonga? I don't know.
Well, he said my MFT, so it's my motherfucking Tongan.
Milk from titties, Tama Tonga.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck MFT stands for. Somebody comment that. Where the fuck is Eli? You can maybe answer that. But
what it means, I'm telling you, that's what it means. It means my motherfucker. It means motherfucking Tongan.
Motherfucking Tonga, Tama Tonga.
They're not gonna fucking. They're just not gonna say it because WWE.
Well, we're kind of back in that attitude era. CM Punk called Drew McIntyre a little bitch, and they didn't blare it out. And I'm shocked. USA.
No, that's nothing.
USA is gonna blare out holy shit, but you're not gonna blare out bitch.
If he just straight up just called him a piece of shit, and they didn't get blurred out, then I probably would have freaking been more convinced. But other than that, I don't believe it.
Jordan, who you got winning this tag match?
I'm gonna go Solo and
Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Or, I hate when people say Tama Tonga. It's Tama Tonga. Dylan's also got the bloodline winning.
Yeah, it's bloodline all the way here. It's bloodline all the way here. Like, you're not gonna have Tama lose his first match.
I like this.
Right there, what Dylan. Yes, what Dylan said. Absolutely.
I like that. Jacob Fatu will debut at Backlash.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it right here. Bloodline wins this one. By the time we get to fucking SummerSlam, we're going to get Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and Jacob's going to beat Roman in a fucking dominant fashion. Calling it now.
What about Roman versus Seth Rollins? Everybody thinks we're getting that, but we'll see.
No. We don't even know if Seth's going to be back by then.
Well, I think this tag match could steal the show. I said that in my my video I did on predicting this match. I did predict Tama Tonga and Solo winning, but I never mentioned Jacob Fatu debuting. I wish I fucking did now because Dylan, that's fucking genius. I got Jacob Fatu debuting. We thought we were getting him last week. But,
no, I'm glad they saved it for this show.
That'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we get another tag team match. It's going to be for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We got the Kabuki Warriors defending against the Dream Team of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I don't give a shit. I'm calling them Destiny's Child with Naomi.
God, why would you call them Destiny's Child, though?
They're basically a trio, though. That entrance was Destiny Child vibes. Like, Bianca is possibly Beyonce, Jade is Kelly Rowland, and Naomi's Michelle Williams.
Oh my God! He even has the freaking. He doesn't have them picked out as to who's who.
I don't think you're ready for this, Jen.
Oh my Lord! That's hysterical.
Jordan, Kabuki Warriors, or 2/3 of the big three?
I'm going
Dylan just had a curve. I'm sorry to cut you off. He sees Jade turning heel. So you think Jade loses her debut match not debut match, takes her first loss in her first pin, or she might not get pinned, but he got the Kabuki Warriors retaining. All right. Okay, Jordan, who you got? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go the Kabuki Warriors.
Damn, you got them retaining also. Wow. Yowie.
See, I'm on the opposite spectrum here. I don't see WWE having Jade lose yet. I still think they're like way too like invested in her to just be like, all right, she hasn't really actually had a one-on-one yet, and they're still not sure if they want to put her in a one-on-one like that. That's going to be, longer than freaking like 2.5 seconds like she's had with like Chelsea Green and stuff like that. And then they've basically been putting her in tag matches. Again, I don't feel like they're ready to put her in a singles match yet. They feel like they're comfortable to put her in a singles match yet either. So I think this is what you need. This is how you kind of continue to help her get ready for that situation by having her and Bianca win the tag titles. So it sucks. Kabuki Warriors reign. We get what was supposed to happen here. Like they were basically going to win the titles to make Damage Control look all like big and bad, but now that's basically gone out the window. So yeah, I'm going Jade and Bianca.
Yeah, I mean, Jade is like hot right now. She's got this win streak. If they were to lose, she's not taking the pin. I mean, I know she ain't undefeated because she got eliminated in the Royal Rumble. During the match, are you talking about leaving the match? Okay.
Damn.
I think they win the titles. I mean, that's like, I think, if I'm correct, Bianca Belair never held the women's tag team titles. That's the only title away from keeping her as a Triple Crown. So
I feel like it's too soon to do the turn too. Like,
I mean, I got them winning the titles. I mean, it's
me too. I'm with you.
Kabuki Warriors held it for a good little while, and you had Io lose her title at WrestleMania. So just take it off of them. I mean, they can go on any brand, but I feel like they're trying to make Jade this top-notch female star. You got to put her on all three brands as a tag champ.
Mm-hmm.
Let her go. Let her continue on Raw and NXT while she's a SmackDown property. So we'll see. All right, then we got the co-main event: Damian Priest versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian's first title defense. Jey, is on that hot streak after the shittiest match of his career with his brother. He's back in the title picture, but God, this sucks. But who you got winning?
I'm gonna go Damian.
Yeah, Damian retaining. All righty.
Yeah.
Also got Damian retaining.
Yeah, Priest has to retain here. It's, again, too soon to take the title off of him.
Mm-hmm.
If this was like later in his reign and Jey was in this, I would say Jey would win it because you really want to prove that Jey Uso is not just, singles guy but can't win a title. So, but eventually that's going to come. So Damian Priest retains here.
I mean, somewhere down the road, yes, Jey Uso will be world champion because they're giving him that Jeff Hardy treatment. But here's my thing. So here's how I'm going to call this one. Damian Priest is walking out, still world heavyweight champion. But I got Jey Uso winning by disqualification.
Oh, God.
I think the Judgment Day gets involved, and Jey wins by DQ. That way he won't have to eat a pin. He can win a PLE match, but he won't win the title. Damian will just cheat to win.
Oh, God. Can I agree with that or can I not? I don't know if I really truly agree with that. I don't think you want Damian's first title match to be like, yeah, he only just squeaked to win out. Like, it just sounds kind of weird.
I know, but it's like, it sucks that I have. Do we see Uncle Howdy and company play any part? No, just a QR code.
You want to know what's really weird? all this talk with Uncle Howdy, the only thing I can think of is watch them literally save it until Extreme Rules. Watch them do that.
Are we even having an Extreme Rules this
I
year?
have
We didn't.
no idea. I have no idea. But if there is, watch them save it, just because that's when Bray came back. This is when Uncle Howdy comes back. Like, I don't know how long you can do the teases before people start going, okay, it's cool. We get your teasing this and all, but can we like get to the point already? So if everyone gets super antsy and you really need to do it, then you need to figure out where you're going to do it. Don't drag it out too long.
I got to drag until SummerSlam.
That'd be fair.
If it goes past SummerSlam, it's like, okay, I'm ready for this shit to happen. Like, you can't drag it too goddamn long.
Yeah, no, we just keep getting these teases, and everybody's like getting excited for it. And I for one, I'm getting fucking excited to see it too, because I want to know what this is going to be. Is it just Uncle Howdy? Will it be multiple people? Will it be like a Wyatt 6 freaking formation? Like, what are we going to get here?
I think it's multiple people. I think it's multiple people, but I think they're waiting for Alexa Bliss to be like fully healthy too.
But isn't she ready to go? Like, isn't she basically good to go?
I don't know. I know
it's been so long. Like, since she's had the kid, so
I know. Yeah, she got the kid. I don't know. Mother Nature takes time. Look at Becky Lynch.
The fucking let shit happen.
It took Becky Lynch a year and a half to come back from pregnancy.
I feel like it's been over a year. It's already been a year for Alexa, though. So it's like she should be ready to come back by now.
I don't know. What you think, Jordan? When you see Uncle Howdy making his return?
Maybe. I don't think this pay-per-view. Maybe the next one.
King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia.
Oh God.
Or if not, maybe the next one after that.
Clash at the Castle in Scotland.
That'd be a cool place to do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I think the freaking crowd would pop like crazy.
Yeah, but that would take Drew McIntyre's moment away if he would win the world title in his home country. So I got two options. I got SummerSlam, but as a backup, I got Money in the Bank in Toronto.
SummerSlam sounds fair, especially because like that was the show where the Fiend had his first match. So
5 years ago, yes.
Yeah, so that would be kind of cool.
I'm gonna say SummerSlam, day before my birthday. So
I hope so, and I hope they're not just gonna save it for like an Extreme Rules kind of thing.
All right, I just killed 2 fucking mosquitoes just now, little bitch ass motherfuckers. Killed them with my bear. They won't get these hands. Welcome back, Braun Strowman. All right, main event.
Yeah.
All right, this is definitely main eventing the show. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. First time ever they cross paths. They've never met in Ring of Honor. They never met in Japan. They've never met in TNA, never anywhere. Now, AJ fought Dusty back in TNA a long time ago. Went for a title. Their first meeting is for a championship. It's going to main event. I think it could be a show stealer, but I know where we're all going with this. I just want to see an awesome match. I want to see this out top Ospreay and Bryan Danielson. Just give us a match of the year nominee, and I think we know where this is going. Who's walking out of France? Undisputed WWE champion.
Cody.
Obvious. Cody retains here. You're not Cody being transitional champion. Like, that would be utter insanity.
Oh,
like the IWC might melt.
Of course. You know who's gonna bitch the most? Let's say if he would lose it instantly, it'd be the Roman crybabies bitching the most than the Cody crybabies.
God, can you imagine that? Like the super Roman fucking stands just show up on social media and go, "You had Roman Reigns lose to Cody Rhodes so he could lose it the next on his first title defense." Like, I'd be like, great. Now we're never gonna hear the end of this shit. Like,
right, so
I'm excited for this, though. It's going to be epic.
I have him at least holding it a year.
Yes.
How long you see him lasting it?
Year and a half at the most.
Yeah,
he's going into next year's WrestleMania as champion. Will he walk out? Maybe. Will he walk out without it? Maybe. I have him at least a year. If he retains it, then I'll give him a year and a half. But we'll see. So that does it for the Backlash predictions. But there were two things I wanted to bring up. This one don't have an overlay, but I'll just get off the bat real quick. So Vince McMahon is officially no longer has any ties with the company. He's just sold his last stock this past weekend. Vince is completely out of the picture now. No McMahon is running this shit. It's Paul Levesque. It is all Paul Levesque. It's all The Rocks. It's all Endeavors. TKO. Vince is gone forever. We are now. This would have been like in 1982 when he took his father's company.
That's crazy to even think of. Like, the fact that we're seeing the day that Vince has nothing to do with this company.
Nipple fucking mania running wild.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, we've sat through God knows how long of Vince McMahon dog shit creative, and now we don't have to deal with the old man doing some of the stupidest shit ever again. Now he can sit there at home wondering when the hell he's going to get hopefully locked up in a fucking prison cell for being a fucking scumbag. Like, it's nuts. It's crazy that we got to see the day that this happened.
Mm-hmm. Jordan?
Yeah, he's gone and everything, and Triple H and all them's taking it over, and Triple H is killing it right now.
Yeah, but Paul, I know you're gonna have your bad episodes, and night one of the draft was the worst episode I ever saw since you took over. We need less of that. That looked like a Vince McMahon show. We need none of that and more of what you have been cooking on the road to WrestleMania, especially like the first week after Mania. Them shows were so good to watch.
You can definitely tell most of it after Mania so far. It's just felt like the shows have been on like cruise control right now. Like, basically, we're gonna find out literally how it is when the rosters come into effect.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing I want to bring up before we close out. So I know there was another draft that happened this past weekend. I know we don't talk sports, but it has wrestling related shit to it. We had the NFL draft this past weekend. Now, if you've watched Dynamite last Wednesday, Tony Khan can say he's officially in the wrestling business because he was an owner that took a bump. He joined the likes of Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon and Dixie Carter and probably Scott D'Amore, like a list of these owners or whatever that taken bumps. So after his shit with Jack Perry, by the way, worst sell ever when he took that fucking kick to the stomach or whatever it was, and then the whatever the fuck that move is with the elite with the Young Bucks.
Tony Khan driver.
There you go. Well,
yep.
We knew
he got hit by a move that's named after him. Let that sink in.
The fact that now I knew he was going to sell it. He was going to wear a neck brace at the draft, and he did just that. Pat McAfee did the same thing I remember when Money in the Bank was in Vegas, and then they literally walked down the road to a UFC pay-per-view, and McAfee was in the crowd sitting with Triple H and Vince and Stephanie with the neck brace. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So Tony Khan had an interview on the NFL Network, and they were asking him about, I saw you got a neck brace on. You took a maneuver on. They were asking about that. He wants to go straight about WWE, saying, well, we're in competition with WWE, and that's how pro wrestling works. And when it comes to the comparisons, he said that AEW is the Pepsi of pro. It's like Pepsi of pro wrestling, where WWE is more like Harvey Weinstein. First off, Pepsi fucking sucks. I'm sorry, Dylan. I know you love Pepsi. I would rather be the Dr. Pepper of pro wrestling, not Pepsi. WWE is the Dr. Pepper. You want to bring up Harvey Weinstein because he's a sex offender, and just like you could say Vince McMahon is, that is uncalled for. Even though I fucking can't stand Vince and I wish him nothing but the worst, but you don't compare wrestling to a sex offender because of a previous chairman having fucking ties of that kind of bullshit. And you pick the worst soda, and I get why you did that because CM Punk loves Pepsi. He got the fucking Pepsi logo tatted on his shoulder. For crying out loud. I love Dr. Pepper so much, and I'm not going to get a 23 tatted on me. That was the dumbest shit. Tony Khan just dug his own grave. Like, Tony Khan is the boil on the ass of life. I know you got a major rant about it, Jordan. I'll let you take your thoughts on Tony Khan acting like a fucking clown on NFL television, talking about wrestling. I'll let Dylan type his comment up, and then I know Justin's about to go the fuck off. So, what's your take, Jordan?
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, he is a clown. So I don't know. AEW right now is so bad. WWE is killing it. AEW is not that great right now because it's like the same matches almost every week.
It's time for me to go in on it, isn't it? Well, I feel like I've done this multiple times, but you know what? When it comes to this, I'm cool with ripping Tony a new one because you know why? I'll say it. I like AEW. I do. I'm glad we got more wrestling to watch. But this motherfucker needs to learn to shut his mouth. All right? Like, enough with the bull. This man comes out here and says the stupidest fucking bullshit ever. Like, how you're sitting here on trying to talk about sports and you're just like, yeah, well, let me just make sure I get this subtle little dig in on WWE because, you know, and I'm going to bring up the fact that, you know, their fucking owner, ex-owner now, is a fucking absolute fucking creep. And we're going to compare him to another fucking absolute creep and piece of shit. Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, you just can't help yourself, can you, Tony? It's just utter ridiculousness how watching him always go, hey, listen, AEW is always under constant attack by people. And it's like, well, you wonder why you're always under constant attack. Because you don't fucking shut your mouth. You're always the one that basically is like, hey, why are you targeting us? Why are you attacking us? Meanwhile, you fucking open your mouth and basically make yourself the target to draw in at AEW. Like, the man doesn't fucking understand that he's his own worst enemy. I get it. He's going off emotion all the time. Like, he's always standing there just basically like something happens. He's like, oh no, I gotta do something. I gotta say something. Like, no, you don't. Just shut up and fucking pay attention to your own product. Your product has enough freaking issues right now that you need to fix. You're not fixing it by going out there and basically using all your stupid nonsense that you spray out of your mouth all the time to basically use as a distraction all the time. It's just stupid. He's not trying to fix his problems. He's basically just trying to cover them up. And it's just utter ridiculousness. Watching him basically, like, at this point, I'm expecting him to just show up on the show every week in fucking clown makeup so we can all just go, well, it's fitting.
I gotta see. I'm actually gonna watch Dynamite tomorrow to see him if he gets booed.
Oh, I can't wait to see what he's gonna do because he's probably gonna he's probably gonna spray some more stupid nonsense out of his mouth.
I don't know, but it's like that was just my mouth. I mean, I don't know. I thought the fact that the fucking commentator for NFL Network laughed about it, like I'm like, I kind of jaw dropped. Like, is this motherfucker serious?
I laughed at him too, though. You literally asked him a question about your freaking NFL team, and then you just went, "Yeah, let me just take a shot at WWE first." Like,
I get why the dude laughed. He's like, okay, you're making yourself look like an idiot. Like, we didn't talk about competition. We're talking about how are you doing even though he's kayfabing. But oh my god, like it could have been worse. You never know what the fuck Tony Khan is gonna say.
It's laughable.
He said one bad name. Like, what if he could have said, "Oh, WWE is the Jeffrey Dahmer of pro wrestling" or something like that?
Well, I don't know if WWE is basically known for anybody that fucking, puts little kids on pizzas and eats them. Like,
oh,
I don't think that's the thing.
Oh, that's even worse. Can you imagine if he? It even hurts me to say that. Can you imagine if he just said, "Oh, WWE is the Gary Glitter or the Jeffrey Jones or Jared from Subway of pro wrestling"?
Oh God, stop!
Like, shut the fuck up, Tony Khan.
Then literally the man needs to shut the hell up because now he's just making himself even look more like an ass.
He's already an ass. He's just missing his tail. he already looks like a donkey.
Pin the tail on a Tony. Yep.
Oh fuck yeah! That's a new trend.
Yep. Somebody's gonna make that a thing now on social media. Get ready. We're gonna see a pin tail on a donkey thing with Tony's face on it.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Nick Khan just come out, I busted out laughing. I'm like, he ain't gonna do fucking shit.
Tony's a bitch, and that's it.
Dude, I don't know. I fucking saw a comment. I laughed hysterically at it when someone screenshotted Nick Khan's face. Not Nick Khan. What's Tony Khan's fucking dad's name?
Shad
Khan or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Oh my god, the Iron Sheik lives," and I'm like, "That's not the right guy."
I still laugh at that because every time I see that, and I see his dad all the time, he just has that face where he's looking down at Tony and just going, "This is what I let him use my money for." Like, it's like embarrassed by his own son. It says a lot.
I just recently found out something. I had no idea Tony isn't even his real name. Shout out to the Queen's Takeover. His real name is fucking Anthony.
It's just abbreviated, basically. So,
Anthony Khan. Wow. Well,
it's hysterical.
This was fun. I'm still watching Spring Breaking. I'm about to watch my girl kick Natalia's ass in this underground match.
Just a little advice.
What was your reaction when I told that story that I actually walked past and said hello to Lola Vice at WrestleMania awesome. 2 years ago?
It's still awesome.
Yeah. This is going to be. And I can't believe Axiom and Frazier retained their tag team titles.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool, though. Like, I'm glad they didn't take the titles off of them right now.
I was barely paying attention to the show because I was doing this with y'all, but
I also can't get over the fact that Lola Vice with that hair looks like Xia Li. Now I miss Xia Li even more.
She's even built like a fighter. What she did, I think she tried out for the UFC before she got into WWE and won that contest. So
I just miss Xia Li now. Damn it.
She does. What the fuck is that hair?
I don't know, but I like it. It looks good on her.
I saw her wear that last week. It's scary. All right. I like how they each got a trainer. Like Shayna Baszler was training up Lola Vice. Who's the chick with Natalia?
Carmen Petrovich.
Carmen Petrovich. Okay.
Yep. New girl. She's like martial artist.
Okay.
She's awesome though.
Well, we'll see what happens in the time coming. So, what we got next week? No telling, or the week before. We'll see when the next live stream comes. I know when we get in the month of May, Justin and I are going to be doing a nostalgia episode together. We're going to go back.
We've got two coming then. Technically, we got one in May. We got one in June.
We got one in July. I might bring you on. I might bring you on for a Great American Bash. I haven't decided.
Oh, keep them coming. I told you. I'm always available. So,
because I always do my Great American Bash marathon, and
yes,
I need someone for. I think this year I said I was going to do Great American Bash 05.
You should just do a bunch of Great American Bash friggin' shows like you do the Boys of SummerSlam. You should just do that for like
Well,
July and just like release a bunch of friggin' like Great American Bash watches and then just have the theme song just be America, fuck yeah.
yeah. Well, I also need you for Fully Loaded 99.
Count me in.
I might get you and Ivan on for that one. I need one with Ivan.
Yes.
But that'll wrap up tonight. We'll talk more about this down the road. But Jordan, Justin, where can we find you on social media and your shows?
Jordan, go ahead. You first.
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan_J2000.
And if you are watching this on video right now, if you see that right there, In Time Wrestling Podcast, find it. Give it a listen to it because it will be coming back, and I'm guaranteeing you that. I'll tell you that everywhere I go. But other than that, find me on Twitter at JustinTime211. You follow my co-host, my brother, at JeremyInTime721. Find me here. I'm making sporadic appearances. Find me on Circle of Debate. You can find me on, let's say, Heel Turn Podcast, which shouts out to my guys at Heel Turn. You can find me just anywhere. I will be gallivanting, so keep your eyes open, and I will be around.
He has a family of podcasts because he's like the Bobby Heenan of the podcast world. Like I stated this earlier.
But also, I am the Redeemer. Again, I have to redeem myself. 1 year, over a year, actually, I could say. I missed this. It pissed me off. I hated it with a passion. But you know what? I'm back, and I'm going to redeem myself by making up for that entire year.
I'm on Twitter at MarcusLee337. Follow the podcast on Twitter at WorldElitePod. Follow us on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram to check out our shorts and my live videos. I'm still doing prediction videos for Backlash. I got 3 more to do, so by Friday I'll have them all ready to go. I will have a part 2 of the Intercontinental Championship of my top 5 that make it look good. I'm doing the oval belt next. I'm also going to do one for the U.S. title. I'm going to do one for the big old belt, and I'm doing one for the WWE Championship, but I don't know which version. I might do Cena's spinner belt, and I might even do the Undisputed title, the one that Eddie had. It's like I've been getting requested, so I'm going to do all those.
Yes.
Do you have any requesting videos like that? Send it in the DM. I don't give a shit.
All right.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Jordan, I will see you tomorrow night when we do SAT Sports. Justin, I will catch you down the road. I know we're gonna get it scheduled. I don't know what day. What day I asked you if you wanted to do Judgment Day 05. I think I said the 11th.
Yes.
Mother's Day weekend. Okay, perfect.
Yes, you did.
I'll get it recorded then, and then I'll drop it like the middle of May. I might drop it like the 14th or the 15th. It'll be like that Tuesday or Wednesday. So about 2 weeks. We'll record it then and get it done. Like I'm excited for it.
Yes.
So thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.